Saif Morrison, and this is This Week in Car Audio. Tune in, tune in, tune in, tune in, tune in. This Week in Car Audio. Tune in, tune in, tune in, tune in. We'll be talking about bass, talking about chips, talking about rings. You ain't got them, zip your lip. You got a problem you haven't found, check your grounds. The show about to start. Tune in, 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 tune in. This Week in Car Audio. Yeah. Tune in, tune in, This Week in Car Audio.
Welcome to This Week in Car Audio with your host, the Judge, Doug Stockton, and co-hosted by the superstar, Mr. Jeffrey Fernandez. What's going on, Jeff?
Hey, nothing much. How you doing, Doug?
Still alive, doing some cool stuff. Let's see here. I'm trying to. There we go. Now I can see this thing. All right, hold on a second. I got to get one more thing. Did you have a show? When was your show? Last weekend?
Last weekend, right?
Yeah. How did that go?
No, not the one that
before.
just passed. The weekend before, right?
Yeah. Okay, I'm trying to click on too many things. I'm a horrible person. I did it too slow. There we go. Get it. There it is. There we go.
You sound like you're in a tin can.
Do I?
A little bit.
I don't hear it on my end. We're getting some people pop in here. Why is it not showing up? There it is.
Yeah.
There we go. Got people showing up. This is Lord of Bass Manny's son again. Anyway, Tiffany's in. I didn't get it posted up too quick. Let me start sharing this real quick. I did a show this weekend. We did it at Mello's Auto Repair. This is cool. Hold on a second.
There you go.
Share. Oh, that's not the button I wanted. What the hell am I doing here? Dude, I have never had this many problems sharing it.
Wow, did I just freeze? I think I'm frozen.
Yeah, you're stuck.
I'm stuck.
Oh, that's awesome.
Wow.
That's awesome that you're frozen.
It looks like I'm a ghost. That's weird. So you can still hear me, but the picture is bad? Is that what that is?
Yes, it is. Dude, you are awesome. It's like you're whitewashed or you're negative, kind of. Anyway,
bad.
so let's see here. What was I going to tell you guys? So we had a really small turnout. We had probably 50 people there, but they were there just to demo. Weren't competing, but they still had a good time. Lucky showed up. I don't know how long he was there. I was busy doing my thing, but it was a lot of fun. It was good to finally get out and see people again. We don't get the Texas weather. We have California weather.
I was gonna say it sounds like it's been a while since you've done a show, but it actually has been a while. Right?
It actually has. That is correct. Let's see here. I'm trying to get caught up here with Sharon to all my stuff. There we go. And we are shared. All right, so I'm going to get in here. We got Manny in here. We got Calvin. We got Kyle Rhodes. Some of the best shows were at Audio Innovations decades ago. All right, so I'm going to use that as my lead-in. Audio Innovations back in the day. Mr. Ray West, three-time Retailer of the Year. He's been nominated for Installer of the Year for MECAP or something like that. What's that stuff?
MEA.
MEA,
Yep.
that's the same thing.
Same difference.
Yep. And then he just decided that he was just gonna abandon us out here on the West Coast and moved out to BFE somewhere in the Midwest or East Coast or something, right?
Nashville. Yep.
Yeah, Nashville. So why don't you tell us a little bit about yourself and who you are and all that stuff?
I'm just a regular bass head kid way back in the day that was putting in stereos, in a garage and for all the high school buddies, and that kind of grew into a career for me. So that's still kind of what I'm doing now. I don't really tech anymore, and I manage a whole bunch of people that are way better than I am nowadays. So that's a story of my life, really. Yep.
Well, we don't know about the way better than you. You did
Yep.
actually were doing um, back before Cyclone was a thing. You were building demo vehicles there. You had the
I like loud, low,
yeah,
something that's fun. That's all. That's my whole thing. I
yeah.
want it to be loud and I want it to be fun. And the rules for both sides of competition didn't really apply too much. So we were just trying to make things that sounded good, and it was also fun when they played 15 hertz at full tilt. So
Right. So you actually had a Hummer. Was that like an H2 or was no? That was a full-on Hummer, right?
that was H2.
Oh, it was an
Yep.
H2.
Yep.
And that was like one of the first builds that were just insane loud and low.
It was kind of low. It didn't play that low. The trucks played low.
Right.
Yeah.
But it was kind of like the
But it was loud.
start. It was kind of the start, at least of my introduction to you.
Sure.
Right.
Yep. Yeah, we were kind of messing around with T.W.I.C.A and whatnot when with the trucks in early 2000s.
Yep. And then we started having shows over there at Audio Innovations for a
for
while
sure.
there. The DB Drag and whatnot. And
Great parties.
Yeah, and you guys were having a good time, and it worked out really well. So were you just a manager there, or part
at
owner?
we were partner with with a few guys there. Yep.
Okay, and then like I said, so if you guys go back and look, you can look up Ray West on my Sonic FX on YouTube, and you can see some of his builds and some of his runs, just like with any of these other events nowadays. I kept video of all those things, and so they're on YouTube.
Yeah. It was something way back then, but yeah, these days these guys are nuts. So the scores are so much better.
Oh, they are.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not denying that by any means. Just the difference is.
But you think of the times. I mean, it was loud. It was fun. So
yes,
we had a blast.
Yes.
What classes were you doing back then?
Were
you doing like the burp, or were you doing base race?
Base race mainly. Yep.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
No.
What class base race?
That was 59.9 in 06 or 07.
Wow, 50s, huh?
Yeah. Yep. He was doing insane numbers back then, and
a lot of death match. Yeah.
A lot of death match. That's when we did death match at almost every show.
Yeah, because they were built to just do their number until I turned it off. So
Calvin, whenever it pops up on my filter here, oh wait, you know what? I turned it off. That's why. Calvin says I base raced the 119.9 class.
Yeah.
I don't think that's accurate.
Yeah, what's up, Cal?
So why don't you tell us what took you to where you are now, and what the development, or kind of like your arc in car audio.
So started as a tech at Best Buy. Yeah, and then would kind of moonlight at a custom shop across the street. So that went on for a little bit, and they were building cool things, and I wanted to do more of that, so moved into just working there full time, and that went on for a few years until we decided to buy that business from the existing owner, and that's when Ryan and I started Audio Innovations, and I kind of rocked that for a while until I just had a calling to I needed to grow, and didn't feel like I was, by myself, just not growing to what I wanted to do or what I thought I could do.
And I would say that growth was in the fabrication part is where you were, right?
Both sides. I'm a tech geek, so the integration and electronic side of 12 volt is probably my strength, and just wanted to learn more. So had an opportunity to go to a few trainings, met guys that were like-minded and wanted to grow shops like that, and knew what I could do. So I was invited to come run a store in Tennessee, and went out there initially as a tech, with a goal or long-term goal, of running the store. And some of you know how all that turned out, but so I was there for five years or so. And we did gigantic things. And
I was gonna say, no matter how it turned out, you definitely did grow in the direction you wanted to.
There's no doubt. Yeah, within the first year, there were huge changes. I was building things I never thought I would ever build, and growing on the tech side of it also. And then we started training guys out of that facility. So I got to grow other techs, and really that's that first couple of trainings where I was showing other people like what I knew, really sparked it for me. So then I understood that that's what I want to do.
Yeah.
You know, I want to help other people get better at what they're doing and show them what I know. So the last, since about 2014, it's been that. And now that's all I do. So I haven't touched a car in probably 4 years. Yep.
Yeah. I will say, when I was looking back at some of your builds, it was really kind of cool because you wanted to do something totally unique every time you touched a car.
Yeah, no doubt.
You did not want to do something you saw. You didn't want to do something you've already done. Everything you want to do. Not saying that you didn't take away from some of the stuff that you did or that you may have seen and want to integrate it together, but every single time I saw you post something, it was, man, this is something that's coming creatively from your mind, not something you're not going to go to your local shop and get this.
Right. Yep. No doubt.
And that's definitely what I saw when you first moved out to Tennessee. I mean, just so much of that.
Yep. Big changes. Yeah. And being able to visualize like what the goal is before you get started is a big part of fabrication. So if you can't do that and you don't understand those basic steps in order to see the entire thing and how it goes together and how it comes back apart before you start, then it's a real son of a bitch to build a whole car, and have it be solid. So once that groundwork was done, I really took off.
Oh yeah. One thing I do want to point out is it is you and Gately both have that kind of mindset.
Bobby's a one-off for sure. Yeah.
Yeah.
Now I was going to say
his is definitely, and his is unique from yours.
Oh yeah.
You guys,
I love following his stuff.
Yeah. His builds are nothing like yours. I mean, it's not even in the same category. They're the only way they're connected is that they're unique. That's the only way that they're connected. Bobby's, like I said, I have nothing but respect for the guy. He does phenomenal work. I can say the same for you, Ray, right? You just, the things that you have turned out and your understanding of the finished product is really what I could appreciate with what I saw with yours.
Well, I appreciate that.
One of the things I did see, do you remember Chris Howard? He used to work at Jay's Alarms.
Yep.
So Jeff keeps cutting out using that McDonald's Wi-Fi. I know that's a problem.
Starbucks. It's Starbucks.
It's Starbucks. You're too many people on porn at the Starbucks right now.
I think that's what it is. Hey, everybody, get off Wi-Fi.
So I was gonna say is I remember Chris was working at Jay's Alarms, and he called me one time and says, "Doug, check out these pictures." And I do know he looked to you a little bit with some of the cool stuff you were doing, but I'm like looking at these pictures of a boat, and I go, "Okay, I don't see anything." He goes, "Exactly."
Yeah.
I was like, there's 4 12s in here, 6 tweeters, 8 mids.
Yeah.
This is a badass sounding stereo. And it goes, you don't see a single damn thing.
Yeah, hiding things was it's just a creative way. I mean, it's cool. So I don't like seeing a lot of gear in anything. You know, I don't like seeing lights, and I don't like seeing all the equipment. So, yeah, cool creative ways to hide the stuff and still make it bang. I remember, oh man, there were like 810s, I think, in a bottom, like seat bottom in a boat. And yeah, it would just shoot like a wake off the side of the boat as the base hitting, you know.
Yeah.
So it's super cool. Yep.
Yeah. Calvin wouldn't understand that hiding your system stuff.
Oh yeah, no.
He's a little flashy with his.
Yeah, all them SoCal guys.
So, but no, that's like I said, that's awesome. So, what are you doing now for people that don't know you or haven't met you?
I am the executive zookeeper at Titan Motoring, and I manage
zookeeper.
I manage day-to-day operations and all my techs and sales guys and everything that goes on in a gigantic custom automotive and 12-volt facility. So whether it's lift kits or wheels, tires, vinyl wrap, I mean, we pretty much do every piece of the job. So seven 12-volt techs and fabricators, and you know, I got 4 mechanics, vinyl department, window film department, whole logistics teams that goes and picks vehicles up and arranges to get dealer cars, you know, to and from us, back to dealership. So yeah, it's a big giant circus.
So Tiffany Paris, I know you haven't watched this before. She's out of Bridgetown, Barbados. So we have a little Barbadian
Awesome.
Contingency here. Anyway, her question for you is, what's your favorite build?
My favorite build.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. That I've done?
Sure, go both ways.
A favorite fun build. The Hummer was pretty damn fun. So 2006 Hummer H2 had 16 DC level 412s on 8.
This is when DC started. So
yeah, oh yeah. I've known Rusty for a long time. So me and Rusty were actually RE dealers.
Yep.
He was. I mean, one of the first 5. I was one of the first 3. Like, we were super early RE audio dealers.
Yep.
And we had always known each other from that and T.W.I.C.A and like early stuff. You know, talking 02, 03.
Yep.
And so funny. I was before DC. I was buying like black CA glue from Rusty, you know, super illegal, shipping it across
to California, because you can't have that stuff in California.
But so I was buying glue from him, and then I saw that he had sold the store or shut the store down and started DC, and I just want, you know, it's about relationships with me. Yep. So that was a whole thing. So yes, 16 level 412s. This is early. This is probably 07, 08, something like that, right around there. 8 US amps, MD3Ds.
Yep. When Greg was over there, and he was your kind of contact guy.
Yep. Matching highs. Wow. And had 4 sets components in the front, plus kicks, plus pillars. You know, it was a loud, cool demo truck. 4 alternators. That was early 4 alternator setups. But yep. So
Tristan's husband out of Barbados too, SQ Sounds. So Tiffany asked the question. Tristan's her husband. He's under SQ Sounds. He says he's really liking your shop. So
cool.
That's they have a shop out in Barbados, and they try to really customize stuff and do that kind of thing. So that was your favorite fun build, right?
Yeah.
What's your favorite build you've seen?
Man. Fun stuff. I like Galen's little Tahoe out in Florida.
Are you familiar with that one, Jeffrey?
I don't believe so.
Me either.
Whose is it?
Galen.
Galen.
Yep, Galen.
Okay. Is it an SPL vehicle or?
Yep. Oh, for sure. Yep.
Okay.
Yep. I still like the bass. I got little baby 11s in my car now, but I still rock out.
Okay.
Bobby's truck he just built is ridiculous.
Is that
I'm
the
hoping
bloodbath one or the one
to,
after that?
I don't know.
Oh, okay.
What's bloodbath?
What color is it?
Oh shit, it's hard to tell when the camera shakes so much. It looks loud. Let me go look here.
Bloodbath was the red one he built. He built that about
No.
8 months ago.
Um,
But yeah, no. Bobby's builds are always sick. They're loud. They're insanely low and shaky and windy.
yep. That's the fun. It's still fun for me.
Yeah.
So
Do you have any aspirations of putting together a demo and going out? I mean, they have a thing, Tennessee Base Racers, and they do shows out there quite often in Tennessee.
I have something in the works. Yes.
Cool.
With the HKI guys.
I'm not familiar with HKI.
Ground Zero.
Ground Zero
and all those
guys.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep. Yeah, Ground Zero and Sound Digital. So we do have something in the works with them.
Awesome.
Which should be fun.
Oh,
I'm gonna go back to my roots and do another blow through. Yeah.
No, you don't know how to do blow throughs.
Yeah.
What's it here? Where did I missed a comment here? It said something about, oh yeah, Thomas Van says, so he's keeping busy.
Yes, very. Yeah. Yeah, I had about 28 guys. So
feel like a cat herder
and
most
ladies.
days, right?
Yes, definitely. Yep.
No, that's always a good thing. I missed at the beginning because I was so messed up with getting set up here, have the wrong camera, all that stuff. I wanted to get one more mention in. Our sponsors for today's show, Lots of Watts Apparel and Crossfire Car Audio and Stolman LLC and Puns Customs. Thank you guys for sponsoring today's event, today's show. Yeah, Diogo HKI. So,
yep.
Is that what it is? Diego? Oh, he misspelled Diego. Got it. They're foreign. They're from Barbados. They're from the Caribbean.
Foreign.
They can spell crap all kinds of wrong ways.
Yep.
Hey, Ray, do you still have the Hummer?
I do not. No.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that was a client's vehicle actually, and built
you
the
were
whole
running
thing.
it?
Yeah, built the whole thing for him, and it was.
Who was that for?
It was for a client,
but
okay. he would drive it, but he was afraid of it. So, he just never yep. really beat on it like he could.
Yeah. So you would show up to shows with him, but
no
you
doubt.
would end
Yep.
up having to run it because
yes, sir.
He was uncomfortable running it.
It was. Yep.
And
it was a little much.
And I will also remember say, dude, I'll just fix it if I break it. Let's go.
Yep. Yeah, it was a fun time.
Yeah. It's so nice when somebody else is paying for the build.
Yeah, no doubt. Yep. So yeah, these days I don't do, we don't do a ton of that style stuff here at this shop. I haven't done much of that since California, really. So, okay. We build a cool SQ-ish with, a little bass. The loudest thing I built is, well, up until recently, the loudest thing I had built while in Tennessee was probably maybe a 50,
Oh, okay.
Just did a blow through and did four. It's got four 12s in it. Probably does like a 53, 54, something like that. It's fun.
Yeah, it's not bad.
And plays down to 20, so it's cool.
Cool. Tristan at SQ Sound says, welcome to the HKI team, Ray.
Yeah.
Hey, you don't really have to welcome him. He was been there for probably longer than you.
I've known Diego since about 2014, and we did some trainings down in Brazil with him and a bunch of his guys. Yep.
Okay, cool.
Yep.
So right before we came live, you were telling me about another podcast that you guys are actually starting this week.
Yeah, we're gonna film finally. I've had a bunch of crap going on, and the other gentlemen have had things going on, but we're gonna start our first grumpier old men MEA podcast tomorrow. So me and Brian Piper will be doing the first filming of that or recording tomorrow. Yep, should be awesome.
And so what's the premise of that podcast? So people
two old car audio guys talking about whatever they want to talk about. So state of the industry, and
Ah,
things that go on with two guys that have ran shops and are running shops, and have seen better days and not so better days. So we've kind of been through it all. We went through the recession, owned stores through the recession, and came out ahead. So
Yep.
And in these days, that's a plus.
Yeah, that's one of the reasons I wanted to have you on here. Um, owning a store and being able to maintain and keep the store for an extended period of time. I think I read somewhere the average car audio shop only lasts for like 3 years or something.
Yep. Yep.
And I mean, you've been doing this. You may have changed shops, but you left them at least as good as when you got them, if not better,
For
every
sure.
time you've left.
Yep.
So that is a successful person in my mind. And I was hoping you might be able to speak to what you think the keys to that kind of success is.
Wow. I overworked myself and did myself and my family a disservice by how many hours and days I worked in a row just to get to where I am. And recently I've accepted that, and
Work-life balance.
Yeah, man, I'm trying. And for others that are out there that are like that, like it's a hard thing to deal with. And how do you not do that when that's just or you've been like that for so long? So yes, I'm trying. How did I make it work before? I mean, you'd have to ask my wife, but I mean, we made it. And for me, I just worked as what I did, whatever it took,
So
and
how long have your wife and you been married?
we've been married since '07.
Okay.
We got together the first time in 1997. So yeah,
she
known
already
her
knew
for a
who
while.
you were before
Absolutely.
they got married.
Yeah. Yeah. Good luck to everyone else trying to get away with it, because I got a rare one. Yeah. Yeah.
So that's one of the things we talk about on here. I told you, we talk about the whole person,
Sure.
not just that. And Jeffrey Fernandez, myself, obviously you too. We would have not have been able to accomplish what we have accomplished and to do what we would been able to do without the help of our significant others. I mean,
No doubt.
Jeffrey's been with his wife, I mean, since I met him. And, I've been with my wife now, 33 years or something like that.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, just about the same as you, huh?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. It's
yeah.
that's
We
the
talk
only way
about
that we made it.
we talk about the support. We talk about other people, other like-minded people, but the support really starts at home.
For
To
sure.
have somebody that's always going to be there when you wake up in the morning, that's going to support what you do, and stuff like that. So I think once you talk about support, it's going to really start from the home.
Yeah, no doubt. I'm happy that she's slowly been killing me, and it hasn't happened so fast. She lets me live on for a little longer. But yeah, we've like I said, we've been together. She's been there through all the ups and downs, and me dragging her across the damn country. Like, I mean, that's my number one fan for sure.
Yep. Thomas Van says, behind every successful man is a woman who puts up with this bull crap.
Yep, no doubt.
And that's true. And then you have kids. Obviously, I had kids. With my most people know. So I have 3 businesses I run. I have a t-shirt business, I have a DB drag, and I have a sign business. So I own those. I run a construction company. I'm a general superintendent for that. And then I also do these podcasts, and I bowl on a somewhat professional level.
And some days you sleep.
Well, I sleep about 3 hours a night.
Yeah.
So, I have 3 kids myself. And, so I actually stepped back from all of that stuff other than just working the main job and running the 2 businesses. So I just ran 2 businesses that I own and worked in construction. So I backed off down to 3 just so I can be with my kids in their mid-teen year, in their,
Right.
their 11 to 17-ish
Yeah, that's where
age
mine are at
range.
now.
Yeah, yeah, and as you back down from that, from what you're doing, and become part of their lives, you won't regret any of that. I promise you. Um, Nobody ever has been on their deathbed and said, "I regret spending, even when my kids hated me, the time with them."
Right.
So, because
For sure.
absolutely that age, they hate you and they want you to park, 2 blocks away when you
Yep.
drop them off.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, Tristan here out of Barbados. He says Tiffany, his wife, is who pushes me all the way. Even when I was going to give up in 2016, she was. It can happen because she loves car audio, and she does. Absolutely does love car audio, and she assists wherever she can. She's trying to help him find different avenues to help generate income for their family. They own a stereo shop on the island of Barbados.
Yeah, well, I would say they can't. There's not a lot of places that would do diverse things, and being able to generate different revenue streams is huge. And that's a big part of what I feel we do at Titan is being able to generate revenue
one-stop
from
shop.
different. But yeah, it really is, and we have specialists for each department. It's not one guy that can paint and do stereos and do lift kits and do wheels. We have specialists for each department, and you got to bring them in from all over. I mean, I've got guys from Florida and guys from Colorado and Philadelphia. Like, you just bring them in from wherever, and find someone that fits.
Yep.
And you better hire him because somebody else will.
So are you always looking for talent? And
always, absolutely.
Okay, so if somebody, so say there was a young fella, say my son, for instance.
Okay.
Now my son's lazy and he doesn't ever leave the house. He works
sounds
5
like my
hours a
kid.
week. Okay, he's 22 years old and works 5 hours a week. All right. So just say my son says, "I want to do car audio. I want to be a fabricator."
Well, that's a plus that they want to do something.
Right.
Yep.
So, and obviously he would have zero knowledge of that. How would you direct them to get involved and become part of the industry?
Well, before today's and I mean, you can pretty much learn to be a doctor, I think, by watching enough YouTube videos.
Absolutely.
But back when we were younger fellas, we had VHS tapes that would show you how to fiberglass and things like that. And so we would have to learn that way. And then a lot of it was trial and error, or trial and throw it in the trash can, and trial and throw it in the trash can. These days, so the latest hire at Titan is a kid named Spencer, and he's young. I mean, he might be a year older than your boy. And so I was talking to him last week about, I saw him do a trick inside of an enclosure that I started back in like 2014. And I was like, man, where'd you see that? He's like, oh, I saw it on, from Mark on the internet. And I'm like, okay, so yeah. So that guy I showed in 2015 or so, and that's just how I was doing this particular portion inside of an enclosure at the vent. And I've never seen anyone else do it. And this kid grew up, I mean, that was 10 years ago. So he grew up watching all these videos and seeing all these tricks. And so straight out of the gate, when he started working, he already knew a bunch of it. He knew how to design it. He knew all the little tricks that everyone's doing. Like, he already knew it all. So I would say there's enough information on the internet with videos, people like Mark Car Audio Fab, all the crazy stuff that Steve posts, being able to see Gately build things from scratch. Like, every once in a while I'll see Bobby like post a picture of an enclosure as he's shaping it, or like some little video of how he's shaping it. And those little tricks are huge. to guys that don't know how to do that. And I would say just, man, there's enough out there. You don't have to go read a text forum anymore or watch a VHS or DVD. So it's enough. I mean, those guys are showing you step by step how to build cool stuff. So go do that.
Rodello Budhai.
Rodello. Yes, sir.
So he
What's
says,
up, my buddy?
I've worked with Ray, really enjoyed my time around him. Ray also takes his time explaining everything. So
nice. There you go.
So that in itself is a gift to be able to. He says he's from Trinidad also.
He is.
So that is a gift itself, is being able to explain to somebody what they need to do without choking them out. So
he did not say that I didn't choke him out.
Oh,
yeah, he just said that I'm really good at explaining it. Yeah. So I've had the pleasure of working with guys from different backgrounds. We've trained probably 3,000 techs. So I've seen from beginner to old school to somebody that just wanted to pick up something new, or somebody that was a fabricator in a completely different industry. And so a lot of that's cool. I told you, there was a certain point where I realized that that's what I wanted to do. I wanted to teach people. And, I've always been the quiet or angry one, or the guy you don't go talk to in the wood shop, but that turned me into something else, so being able to teach someone something that I know and can help better them, then I'm all for it, man. I'm gonna show you everything I got.
Yeah. Oh, and when you see it click in their eyes,
no doubt. Yep.
Dude, that's an amazing. You actually live for that time.
Yep.
When somebody's fabricating, or they go to put a piece and they go, hold on, wait, no, I want to do it like this, and you go, yeah, that's how you should have thought about it the first time.
Yeah,
and you're like going,
that takes time.
Yeah, but I mean, when that time comes, it's just you it's planting the seed and watching it blossom. It is really cool. So Tristan here says, sounds like he can get a job from you, Ray. He already knows HKI. He knows DC Audio Products.
Always hiring.
Tiffany and the kids are ready. You have a job for him.
Yeah, awesome.
So we moving.
Yep. So my rule of thumb is I do working interviews for everyone. So if they are across the country, then buy them a plane ticket, fly them out, pay them for come in for a week and give them jobs for a few days, whatever they can afford to be away from their current job, and pay them for their time, pay them for what they do, and if it's a good fit for the shop and it's a good fit for them, then we rock on. And yes, we're always hiring all positions.
Okay. Yep. So how would somebody go about getting a hold of you to kind of see if their talents might be what you're looking for?
I'm out there. I'm on Facebook and Instagram, and the shop Titan Motoring's on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. It's all over. Send a message to any of those, or to me directly.
Okay.
Yeah, always.
No, that's that's obviously how you ended up where you are now.
Yeah,
right?
No doubt. Yep. You never know who you're going to find. You might, you might find a guy that is tired of struggling in trying to make, his shop work or a current position work, and just wants to go work, and that also is okay. So, you never know someone's situation. So,
yeah.
Oh yeah, definitely. Hey Ray, so did you know, like back then, like years ago, that this is what's gonna be the best and give you like the most fulfillment is being able to teach? Or did you?
No.
No. Okay.
No. Hell no.
Okay.
No. I was literally locked myself in the wood shop and would build enclosures, and no one would even open the sliding glass door to come talk to me because I'd be so angry at myself in my head.
Right.
And I didn't know that, I would.
So
this was going to be a thing.
I would say it's like a natural transition, So, you're building all these badass cars, and then, you're just finding something that's going to be more fulfilling for you, and going. It's just like a natural transition to teach.
I think it's magic, is what I think it is. When it happens, it's huge. Yeah, it's life changing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So
totally agree.
That's all I want to do. Yeah. Yep.
No, that being able to teach is, if you can explain it to somebody, on 30. My wife's texting me.
Almost bowling time, Doug.
Well, no. The news that I got today, I don't want to
Yes.
say anything out in public right now.
Sure.
But the news that I got today, my wife's like, "How could you tell me that and not talk to me about it?"
Yeah.
So, anyway, all she wants to do is talk about my new news today. So, but anyway, so she's texting me, and she knows better. I'm on a damn podcast.
Yeah. So progression is, now managing. So now I and it's a ton of business. So it's a huge thing, and eats up a lot of my day and mind and weekends, and try to figure out how to sleep and be able to turn the store off. So yes, I'm away from the working 16 hours a day for 7 days a week. I no longer do that. We definitely close the door and lock up at 6 p.m. and go home.
Doesn't mean your mind stops.
My mind is still kind of there sometimes. So that's my current struggle. But yeah, I have guys that I have all the faith in, and they do fantastic work. So
another thing people don't understand also by it's okay. Here's my wife. My wife says, "It's okay. You can cut the podcast short." Sorry. People don't understand when you do have a business. I personally have, a few employees myself. At one point I was running a company that had 306 employees. As the owner or even the boss, doesn't matter. You do feel a sense of responsibility to make sure that those guys have an opportunity to make a living and can support for their families.
Yeah.
So when something doesn't go right, it doesn't just sit and, oh crap, this isn't going right, this is going to hurt me. I know personally, first thing was, oh crap, dude, this guy's got a mortgage payment this month. He just had a new baby. And I can't have him sit home, and I'm going, dude, how am I supposed to make my payment? But I can't have this dude sit at home because he just had a baby 2 weeks ago, and he needs formula and diapers, and his wife obviously can't work. She just had a kid, and so that weighs on your mind as a supervisor or even an owner.
Absolutely,
just as heavy as your own stuff.
Yep.
And you obviously were there as a little kid, right? I mean, or as a younger adult, you had your own kids.
Yep.
So let's see here. What is Thomas asking about here? Got any advice for someone who might be looking at hiring their first employee? How do you motivate your team and find the right fit for your team? That's kind of a tough question.
I answered this question to Thomas in private already, but we'll speak here. Yeah. What's up, Thomas? Finding the right fit. Hire slow and fire fast is really what it's about. So you need to be out there and put yourself in a area with like-minded people. And I will tell you, the first time I went to an industry event where there were just a bunch of other people there learning to grow themselves, not talking about drinking out in Nyman's parking lot. I'm talking about like an actual industry event where people want to grow, and being around those like-minded individuals, you're gonna start clicking with people that want to be on the same path that you're trying to get to. So hire from there. Get your ass
or
out
even
of your store.
already been there, right?
Or already been there. Yep.
And they almost always are willing to help mentor, which it sounds like you're kind of doing with Thomas.
Right. Yeah. Get out and go see people that want to do the same thing you're doing. It's huge. Yep.
You'll absolutely find other people with the same passion.
Yep.
And truly, at certain levels, it is a passion. I mean, obviously, it's a passion.
Yeah, that's what we do.
Yeah.
And it's what all three of us do. But we've been doing this forever. It's who we are. So we're not going to take that away.
No, I hope you guys see the passion Jeffrey and I have for judging. I mean, we definitely were competitors, and we have moved into the judging part now, and we both have a passion. I mean, if Jeffrey didn't have a passion, he lives in Dallas. Why the hell would he go to LA or San Diego to do
Yeah.
a show, right?
Yep. Yep.
Right.
So, and Jeffrey's doing everything he can to get a lot of shows in Dallas area too.
Oh, yeah.
He's got Crossfire on board to help with his stuff, and it's really really cool that once again we're like-minded individuals. We all, whether we're doing our own little parts of it, we want to see the car audio industry. Ideally, would like to see it better than it was in the 90s.
Yeah.
It ain't gonna be there.
That's a stretch, but yeah.
It ain't gonna be there.
Yeah.
But we would love to see it get better than it was in the 90s.
Yeah.
And we're gonna do everything in our power to do our little part to help push it and help bring other people in to help them try and achieve the same goals. You never know who that little. There's some guy that comes up to you at a car show and, oh, dude, I just want to check out your system and this and that. You have no idea who he's gonna become. It's the next Bobby Gately. Yeah.
Yep.
Next Ray, next Ray West, next Bobby Gately, next Jeffrey Fernandez, next Roger Rusty Flowers, right?
Yeah, exactly.
So don't ever turn anybody away if they want to help foster their love for the car audio stuff.
For sure, no doubt.
So Ray, you got kids. Are any of your kids interested in what you do, or do they think it's all lame and dumb?
So we built a power wheel for Chase when he was.
Oh, there you go.
I don't know.
Oh, cool.
I think you did that out here in California, right?
Yeah. I
remember that.
That number still stands, and so I think he still got the trophy in there somewhere. But so the kids were always into audio. Nowadays they want to live in the room, and they just want loud boom boxes like Dad, and the kid, I don't know if he'll really ever get into that side of it. My daughter probably would. Yeah.
She's gonna take you. She's gonna send you to the old folks home and run your company for you.
I probably. Yeah. She's 11, and she's the brainiac. So I think she's gonna be more geared towards that than the son would.
Okay. Does your wife have a
Nope.
role in the business at all?
Nope.
Not at all, huh?
No. She just needs to have a good sounding stereo in her car. It's all there is to it. So, and I was that bad husband that let her rock stock for a long time. finally actually put some gear in there. So I don't know. I'm out of the doghouse for now.
That's tough. Some weeks it's a lot tougher than others.
Yeah.
No, I can understand that. It's like I said, it's really cool catching up with you again, Ray. I really enjoyed when you came to the show. You had a passion for it. You bring a whole crew of people with you. I mean, there wasn't like an official team that I'm aware of, but you definitely came as a team from Audio Innovations back in the days.
Yep.
Like I said, I reached out to you to be on this podcast because, like I said, I do pay attention to what you post on there and the cool stuff you created. And like I said, what I enjoy about following you on Facebook was the very unique things you were doing. You were creating things that you don't see.
Right.
Like one of the cars that always comes to mind, we even talked about it last week, was the Alpine car. Every year at CES, the Alpine car was the car you had to go see because it was always an innovative car.
Yep.
So with that being said, is there a show that you remember or that was your favorite or any of that stuff that you have, locked back in that mind of yours?
A show, man.
Yep.
A couple of the World Final shows there in Laughlin were a blast.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, those were fun. Man. I mean the shows at the shop there in Fresno were always fun for us when we were doing them there.
Mhm.
And I remember some of the earlier shows over at Jay's.
Yep.
You know, when I was just starting to try to get into it. So yeah, I don't know. Laughlin shows probably stand out the most. The drive there,
Yeah.
and you
Oh
know,
yeah.
beat my brains out driving all the way there, and
Yep.
then you know, running through the
Did you
lanes,
do
and then
did you
demo
do
it.
deathmatch?
Yeah, yeah,
I think yeah, you did do deathmatch
yeah,
in Laughlin, right? That's
yeah.
where Greg won, I think, right?
Uh,
Greg and Alpine, I think they were.
I don't think
I think they
Greg.
won deathmatch.
I don't think
No.
Greg won that year. Yeah,
No. Oh.
yeah.
I wonder who was.
I think
I think
Greg. I think Greg went up in smoke that year.
Oh, I
Yeah.
see.
And I know
Yeah.
Alpine did for sure. So
But yeah,
Yeah, I think that was my
that was a
first
blast.
death match, and I think I played for like 5 minutes, and then it just died. So,
Yeah,
but yeah, wow, okay, yeah, I remember. So you did death match then,
yep,
at Laughlin?
yep,
Oh, okay, cool.
he did
yep.
deathmatch every time we went to a show.
If they would let me
Oh,
do
wow.
deathmatch, I would do deathmatch. Yep.
So
Yep.
just so you know, Jay's Alarms did a death match, and I think we paid out $1,000 or $850 for the winner of
Wow.
it.
Man, almost pays for recons. Yeah.
Exactly.
What a fun time, man. Yeah, I mean, just man, do the show and then recon all week. Son of a bitch.
So you can be ready for next week's show.
Yep. Yep. Yep.
No, that's cool. All right. So Jeffrey, we're rolling up on our hour already. You want to hit him with the question, sir?
Yeah. All right, Ray. So this is a question that we ask all of our guests. Basically, we want to know what is your definition of a bass head?
Someone that can just never has enough bass is what I would say. I always thought that, you know, there's a point where it's loud enough and you'll never want more, and then you build that, and then you get used to it and you want more.
Yeah.
And that's the addiction, you know. That's the downside to loving what we do, I think, is there's never enough. Yeah, I mean, I've sat in some ridiculous cars, and I built a few ridiculous things, and I always want it louder.
No, absolutely. I always tell people I figured I'd be loud enough when I didn't have to go to the car wash anymore because I had enough bass that it shook all the dirt off my car. Haven't got there yet.
Yeah.
I mean, have you seen any SPL vehicles? I mean, even the 180 vehicles aren't shiny.
Yeah. No. They're getting real loud now.
Oh yeah,
So,
173 in Super Street or whatever.
Yeah.
Super
yeah.
Street.
Woo!
Yeah. That's cooking.
Yeah.
Jeez.
Do you have any interest in like getting back into the lanes at all?
Into competing? No.
No.
I mean, I'm all about I don't know, like Cyclone was cool.
Yeah.
You know, that really geared more towards like more of the things that I was doing, you know,
That you're interested in.
the early stuff. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
And I love battling Gary and that type stuff, but now it's to a point now. No, I don't financially. I don't want to put that amount of money into anything that isn't, you know, four walls and a roof. So, yeah, no, these days, no, I'm cool for building something loud and fun and, you know, as a demo, but not that. Yeah.
That's awesome.
I gotcha.
All right, guys, we are running up on the hour. Hopefully, Ray, you had a great time.
I did. I appreciate it.
I am cutting
Thanks
it
for
just
having
a couple minutes short because
Yeah, you got to talk to the wife.
my wife, dude, she's gonna probably try and stop me from going bowling if I if I don't go talk to her, and that ain't gonna happen.
Well, I appreciate you guys for having me on.
No, we really appreciate you, Ray. Will Caller finally dropped in here. Nice of him to show up.
What's up, William? Yeah.
Anyway, guys, want to thank our sponsors again. Crossfire Car Audio, Puns Customs out of Minnesota. We have Lots of Watts and Stolman Transport LLC. Tiffany says, thanks for the great show, guys, and good night. Like I said, Ray, great job tonight. Hopefully you enjoyed yourself. We would love to see you back in the lanes. I know chances are maybe not, but the Tennessee-based racers are out in your area, and they do have a lot of shows, and maybe you can stop by and show those guys a little California love.
Yeah, 119.9. Got it.
Yeah, there you go.
Cool. Thanks, guys.
All right, guys. Once again, thank you for tuning in to This Week in Car Audio. We'll be back next Monday at 5:30 p.m. California time, the only time that matters. All right, everybody. Good night. Peace.